All right, so today I will be presenting to you Malnutrition in Ethiopia by Emmy Evans, Will Beinecke, Bruin, and JJ. Why is malnutrition a problem? Malnutrition is a major problem because it affects health, development, survival, and the overall well-being of individuals and communities by weakening the body's ability to fight disease, slowing physical and cognitive growth, increasing the risk of illness and death. It also places a heavy burden on families, healthcare systems, and economies, creating long-term cycles of poverty and inequality that affect entire communities. Now looking at the World Health Organization's definition of malnutrition. Malnutrition refers to deficiencies or excess in nutrient intake, imbalance of essential nutrients, or impaired nutrient utilization. The double burden of malnutrition consists of both undernutrition and overweight and obesity, as well as diet-related non-communicable diseases. Undernutrition manifests in four broad forms: wasting, stunting, underweight, and micronutrient deficiencies. Now looking at deaths from malnutrition. Worldwide, approximately 9 million people die annually from hunger and related causes. In Ethiopia, 72.2% of deaths, 7.5% in children aged under 5, 1,205 in females were recorded. Deaths increased from 8.6% in March to 16.4% in July. A total of 90.6% of deaths occurred at home. Ages. Children under 5 and elderly people are disproportionately affected by protein energy malnutrition. The prevalence of dietary iron and iodine deficiency was higher in all regions of Ethiopia and needs targeted intervention. Vulnerable groups for malnutrition. Children. In 2016, Ethiopian Demographic and Health Survey reported that 38.4% of children were stunted, 9.9% wasted, and 23.6% underweight in Ethiopia. Women, according to a national study, about 22% of women of reproductive age in Ethiopia are undernourished. Among pregnant women in rural areas, undernutrition was found to be 38%. Context. Ethiopia has suffered countless years of crisis driven by drought, conflict, climate change, political and economic instability, and COVID-19 of all these things that have brought rise to the levels of food. Disturbingly, levels of child stunting between 2019 and 2023 increased 2% from 37 to 39%. Ethiopia's malnourishment has gotten significantly worse fast, from diminishing aid as food camps run out, livestock populations falling, forced movement to migrate aid camps, the slow build toward drought and change of crop production. Epidemiology. Previous interventions. In 2010, 620,000 metric tons of food aid from various government programs and nonprofits were directly provided to nearly all WordOS across the country with minimal expectations. In more recent years, the World Food Programme has provided direct food and nutritional assistance to 4 million people across northern Ethiopia, where malnutrition is most prevalent and critical. Another direct food aid program, the Targeted Supplementary Food Program, provides aid to children in 163 WordOS by analyzing mid-upper arm circumference to determine beneficiary eligibility. Our solution: Milk Powder for Mothers program. Explanation. Because drought kills livestock, the supply of milk sharply declines, leaving children without one of their most important sources of protein, fat, and essential nutrients. This loss not only puts young children at increased risk of malnutrition, but also affects pregnant and breastfeeding mothers who rely on animal milk to support their own health and their baby's development. We can do this by offering drought-reserved milk powder packets to mothers of infants and toddlers. These packets would provide an essential nutritional safety not during drought season, helping to protect children's growth and development while also supporting the health of pregnant and breastfeeding mothers who face increased nutritional demands. The second step would be these packets will be super light, that will last months and mixes with a tiny amount of water. Thank you.